Welcome to Wonderland Ranch. I'm your host, Kelly. I'd like to make this video today about I like how it moves around. This is pretty cool. You see how fat I'm very Buddha-like. Anxiety relief. Definitely need that. Where's those things? Oh, that's just too much. That's not the one we want. Try something else. We don't need no sounds. What we want to talk about today is see, I had a friend of mine. He's going through some shit. And I really don't know what it was. I know that he got mad at me, and it seems to be thinking like I'm putting spells on him or something. I've never in my life put a spell on anybody to do anything. Really. You just don't need to do it. But, you know, in the world, when you got just distortion, misunderstandings, and drugs, and pussy, you know, we both have, and I know it, you know, we have that lust, and it affected him in, you know, a lot of the same ways I think it affected me. And it was just like, I've been there myself, so I know, and I've got my own issues too, like the fallout from, you know, all the stuff that happened, you know, and I've been thinking a lot about my ex because I don't know where she's at. It's been like a whole year, I haven't heard anything out of her, and she very well could be in jail, maybe not, I don't know, that's the thing. And it's just one of those things that's just really weird and strange. But it was yesterday, the day before yesterday. No, it might have been yesterday. I mean, they had came. I mean, the whole bunch of them came over and unannounced, you know, saying that I guess the girlfriend that was over there was doing something outlandish. I don't even know. But it's the same damn thing. And there's a lot of strange, like, military stuff. Like, one layer behind all of it. You know what I mean? So is any of that even going on? I don't know. To be perfectly honest, it could be all fabricated. I wouldn't know. You know, it's just the story that I get. And he accuses me of, why do you hate me? And, you know, all this stuff. And it's kind of messed up. Because there's nothing like that at all. I've just been in a similar situation myself and connected my own personal dots. Like, where's my people at? What's going on in my own mind? But I could pick up on something. And I went into the living room and they had left a guitar. And just looking at the guitar, it was already, I felt a vibe on it. And I put it up. I put it in a case, and I set it outside the door. Then I had a Christmas tree ornament, stuck it in there on the top, because I had it right over it anyway. I just did that. But then I was feeling nauseous. Like, I mean, when I just started looking at it, everything on it, LTD, limited, it was like, you know, I was picking up on somebody saying, like, these are your limits, you have limits, you're limited. You know, just stupid shit. But I picked it up, you know. And it's not, he freaked out, you know, like I had done something. I didn't put a curse on this stuff. And I don't, you know, what sucks is I don't think he understands is what I'm saying is I pick up on stuff like that. It might have been the fight, whatever they have going on. I would pick that up like that. And it wasn't, you know, I just didn't want it in my environment. You know, there's a lot of people that come over, and when they come, a lot of times they bring their shit. There's a very healer aspect of this place, and, you know, part of what we're into, you know, with the spiritualism and healing. And I got into orgone stuff and making that, and we play some music, but, you know, it's, I'm different with my music because I've been playing with the frequencies and the different sounds, and I've been playing bass and resonance and looking into stuff like that. And I don't want to sing songs about, you know, bitch, suck my dick. You know, it's like rap. I don't want to glorify that. Not that I don't. It's not. It's just. It's not something that moves me. You know what I mean? I gotta be moved in my soul. So now, I don't know why people don't get that there's so many things that energetically affect us, you know, and you can't even talk about it in this world. That's what makes it so messed up. It's because people make it like you can't have these conversations. They have to, most people live like from the point of view of who's watching me as I go through, you know, and I've worked my own view to where I'm saying to myself, I'm watching myself from the higher spirit, or, you know, from deity level looking at me. So, and when I do stuff, like, I get into like a ritual sort of shamanic trance, go into the woods and do different stuff, grab stuff, put it together, and, you know, it's like the inner child in me moving through. And a lot of times it's just the woods, you know, or the river, and whatever. And a lot of people don't have access to that in their own self, which it sucks. But even to have the conversation, they have to distance themselves from it. Like they don't understand at all. Like they make a big deal about, I don't understand. And I think that's a problem. You know what I mean? Why tell me you don't understand? Why not begin to understand, overstand, something else, you know? If you take the position of non-understanding, like as if it's a statute that you have to uphold, I mean, what is the point in that? You know? How many people do you think actually understand you? You know? If you put on the role and you're normal, quote unquote normal, who is normal? Who is normal, by the way? So, you know, people, I think, are missing something in life where they should really discern the different perceptions that they get, you know. I'm in a strange place, you know, but I've always had that psychicness. And for whatever reason, it was stuff in my dreams that led me to befriend these people. You know, they lived at the end of my old street, and it's just very strange. You know, I think something happened with his dad and with the church, and it messed up his religion, you know, the God thing, and that's a big deal. And people who knew me, they didn't want to tell me that, and I thought that was strange. It was like they withheld that information from me, and it matters to me because, you know, I consider myself Christian, although I don't believe much of what the church has said, and I definitely subscribe to Jesus, who he tells me don't call him Jesus. It wasn't his name. And he's more concerned with what I do. And it's inside, it's in the heart. But you identify with other people like it's you. And it doesn't stay in that one category. It folds over into other people too. Literally every other person is an extension of yourself. And if God is also in every other person, well then that's the one thing you have in common with the deity. And that's an important thing. And a lot of the stuff that, food, drugs, sex, all these things that people are hooked on. Say a man goes to work, gets a normal job. Maybe he was in a relationship. Maybe the relationship is over. Part of that whole ritual of being paid and working for something is like you think you've got to have this woman. You've got to do these things. We're so entrained into these ruts. And, maybe our concepts about, love and marriage are wrong. Maybe they're incorrect. Maybe they shouldn't be wrote down or set in stone. And that's just the way I think about it. The family came together and they're helping him, they're taking him off. I'm not getting into his stuff. I think he unsubscribed from me, and he was hot, and it hurt my feelings because, I don't have any malice towards him at all, and the girlfriend, the one that he had, she's got stuff going on, and it's weird because she's got that, it's not like it's bad people, but it's the unawareness of certain things is where spiritual forces have strongholds. If you think you're an alpha chick and you're pretty and you rely on that, then you're going to have blind spots. And in those blind spots, I saw them. The girl came over and somebody had brought me some important possessions from, the drummer of my dad's band who had been deceased. They brought me an eagle's feather, some rocks. And she came in and there was no awareness of anything. The guys handed me the stuff and it's all me. And I'm not even really saying anything bad about her. I'm just saying that just that rigidness, going into someone else's environment unaware, not knowing, or when you routinely ask somebody, what's this, you're not being helpful at all. It puts a burden on the person as the host, and there's two ways you can take that. You can go into an environment and you can be hosted, or you can go through and you can be helpful. And usually people have to be comfortable before they can be helpful. I get that. I don't go into another person's house and just feel the freedom to move and sit and do all that stuff. I'm very aware of if I can smoke, if I, different things. And some people just have real dark areas in that. It just seems like they're in some sort of robot-like loop. And I've been there myself too. But I'm really trying to do something else. Make myself aware more. Drop the shit that is extraneous. And I've got a lot of work in that too. But I also have gifts. And I want to use them. Part of my gifts is, this thing, the empathy. Because I feel. And it sucks, because it's there was no. Now I know he was going through the shit, but it's just no understanding of what I was saying about it, I didn't think he did anything to it. Even, I don't even think, the girl did anything to it. It was just the fact that energy had it stained it, kinda. And it affected me, And I should be able to say these things without people acting so stupid. That's the problem. People in this world make it so hard for you to be able to communicate. You're the only person of your kind. You're the only one of you. And that's the miracle that we have in this material world. Is that's a special thing. Whatever weird little quirky shit that you have are your gifts. That's your personality, and that's you. And there'll never be another one like it. So, you have to start using that for whatever it is. And that's really all I got. So I guess I'll share.